Yes, you read that title correctly. If you're looking to buy any Apple Watch, including the highest end Series 5 for $400 or the budget Series 3 model for $200, do not click that add to cart button on Amazon, because I'm extremely confident that within 1 week, Apple's gonna announce the Apple Watch Series 6. And from the looks of it, this new watch is going to be packing a ton of new features. And for all of you that don't want the highest end Apple Watch, there are some pretty solid rumors that Apple is also releasing a brand new budget version of the Apple Watch at the same time. So what I'm going to do in this video is go through all of the leaks and rumors and explain exactly how Apple is going to release this, why it totally makes sense, and what else we can expect to come next week. If this is the first time you're hearing this rumor, you probably think I'm crazy, because Apple basically always releases their new Apple Watch models alongside their new iPhones at their annual September event. But this year, everything is different. During Apple's Q2 earnings report, Tim said that because of delays related to the pandemic, their iPhones are going to ship a few weeks later than usual. So imagine you're in Apple's shoes and you know that your Apple Watch is ready to go, but your iPhones aren't ready. Well, why not just release the Apple Watch on time? And that's exactly what many leaks and rumors are pointing to. So let's take a look at this Apple release timeline created by the very accurate leaker, Jon Prosser. He claims that the Apple Watch and a new iPad will get released during the week commencing on September 7th, which is Monday next week. And then he also claims that the iPhone 12 event will actually happen during the week of October 12th, next month. So it might seem weird that Apple's iPhone event is gonna happen in October, but Tim Cook did say that iPhones are getting delayed, so let me explain my reasoning. Apple usually also hosts an event at the end of October for Mac and iPad Pro related announcements, but due to the pandemic, it might be a good idea to consolidate both the iPhone and the usual October event into one event, since we expect this one to be online only, like Apple did for WWDC. And having an online only event is a bit more complicated, so it makes sense to just have one event. And I'm already expecting them to talk about their new Apple Silicon Macs at that same event, which means that there is a ton of products on the schedule. So in my opinion, it totally makes sense for Apple to release some of their planned products early, specifically next week, so they can spend more time talking about the iPhone 12 and Apple Silicon Macs at the event next month. And getting back to those leaks, Jon Prosser isn't the only one expecting a release next week. Komiya posted that the new Apple Watch will be announced on Wednesday, the 9th of September, with pre-orders starting on Friday. And what makes it really interesting is that Jon Prosser later tweeted that his sources are telling him that something is happening on Apple's website on Tuesday the 8th, not on the 9th. And then later, Komiya retweeted Jon's tweet saying that pre-orders will begin on the 11th or the 18th. So here's what I think is gonna happen. Apple is gonna release multiple products next week, maybe something on Monday, something on Tuesday, and something on Wednesday, which might seem a bit weird, but Apple has already done this in the past. On Monday, March 18th, 2019, they released the new iPad Air and iPad mini, and the next day, they refreshed their iMacs, and then the day after that, on Wednesday, they also released new AirPods. And that's exactly what I think is gonna happen next week. And on one of those days, probably Tuesday, we should see the announcement of the iPad Air 4, which I already made a video on, which you guys loved. And then on Wednesday, I'm expecting the Apple Watch Series 6, just like Komiya leaked. So that basically just leaves Monday. So what else could be popping up on the Apple website on that day? Well, Komiya says that the brand new AirPods Studio over-ear headphones will be announced on Apple's website, with shipments starting in September or October. And when asked about it, he confirmed that it will be announced on the Apple website and not at an event. And another leaker, iApple Times, is saying that the AirPods Studio will be coming on September 8th because the 7th is actually a holiday, so the releases could be limited to just Tuesday and Wednesday. And to make the new AirPods Studio even more interesting, he tweeted that Apple is working on inductive wireless charging for those headphones. Now, apart from that, we could be seeing a new budget iPad getting released as well, since Jon Prosser says that he expects both a 2020 iPad and a 2020 iPad Air. So that's 2 iPads potentially getting released next week. And it's not just him. Another anonymous leaker claims that Apple will be releasing a new low-cost iPad with an A12 chip, which has to be the budget iPad. Now, there are some people speculating that we could be seeing another HomePod smart speaker being released, but Komiya and others are now saying that we shouldn't be expecting that until March of 2021. So to wrap all of that up, we should be seeing at least 3 new Apple products getting released next week on Apple's website and not during an event. And just now, Jon Prosser again tweeted out that next week is going to be very interesting. However, there are some people that are disagreeing with Jon Prosser, at least in terms of the Apple Watch release date. Love to Dream tweeted out earlier this morning that there will be no watch releasing this month. Of course, talking about the Apple Watch Series 6. And then iApple Times also tweeted that according to Mac Otakara, Apple will launch the Series 6 at the October event instead of next week. And then Jon Prosser countered his tweet, again confirming that the Apple Watch will be coming next week. And at that point, iApple Times conceded and said he's going with Jon Prosser's timeline. So from the looks of it, we can safely expect the Apple Watch Series 6 to be announced next week on Apple's website. Now, to make it even more interesting, multiple leakers are pointing to there being not 1, but 2 Apple Watch models being released. And they'll definitely be released at the exact same time on Apple's website. And according to Mark Gurman and Debbie Wu, there will be a cheaper Apple Watch replacing the Series 3, dubbed the Apple Watch SE. And just to confirm that the Series 3 will be getting replaced, Komiya tweeted that it'll be unavailable by the end of the year. So based on all of that, you should absolutely not be buying any Apple Watch right now. And if you just did, you should check if you can still return it, because next week's Apple Watch Series 6 is gonna pack a lot of new features that I discussed in my recent leaks and rumors video. Like for example, Apple just won a couple of patents for Apple Watch features, including Touch ID, blood oxygen monitoring, and gesture and limb position detection. And of course, the same thing goes for anybody thinking about buying an iPad. I would definitely wait until next week to see what happens with the iPad Air 4 and potentially the budget iPad. And as a little bonus to this video, Komiya claims that Apple is working on a Magic Keyboard 2 exclusively for the iPad Pro 12.9-inch. And when asked about why it's for the 12.9-inch only, he says that there's a chance that Apple will actually stop selling the 11-inch iPad Pro, with it being replaced by the iPad Air 4 in the future, so prepare for that. So there you guys go. That's why you should not buy any Apple Watch right now. And if you're as excited as I am for next week, check out our Apple product merch down below, like our mask or our hoodie or t-shirt. And definitely click the circle above to subscribe, because we're going to be reviewing every one of those Apple products that's getting released next week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.